Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another exciting episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. In this video, let me share with you how to make this cute and easy handmade beaded bag. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So to start, you cut your fish line. You make sure it's long enough. You cut it off. We are using 0.60 mm. So make sure you have the ends of the fish line. And then you pick 4 beads. Fix on any side of the fish line, be it the right side or the left side. Fix all 4 beads. You cross with the 4th bead using the other side of the fish line. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out. Then you have your first ring done. You go on and pick 3 beads, fix 1 on each fish line, fix 1 on the left fish line, fix 1 on the right fish line, and then you cross with the 3rd bead. Using both fish lines, you make sure you have the ends of the fish line, and then you pull it out. Then you have your 2nd ring done. Then you fix 1 bead again on each fish lines. You cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line and then you pull it out. And then you have your 3rd ring done. So you are going to weave on with the same method till you get 19 rings in all. So all should add up to 19. So we have 18 now, and then with the 19th part on this fish line, you fix 3 beads. You cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out for you to 10, as you can see. So we have 19 now. Then on this fish line, you still fix 3 beads. Cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line, which is my right fish line. You pull it out for you to turn completely. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads on the left fish line. Cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. You fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. Cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, you pull it out, then you weave on with the same method. So when you get to the last but 1 bead with the right fish line, you go through this bead here. And then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads. Then you cross with the 2nd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out. Then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads again. Cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out. And then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Fix 2 beads on the left fish line. Cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. And then you go through the next bead. So we are going to continue weaving with the same method till you get to the last end here with the same method. So that's what you should get after you are done, and as you can see, we have our mat forming up. So I'm going to continue weaving till it's long enough to get about 16 steps in all. So as you can see, we have our mat nicely made out, and you are going to weave around it to form the body of the bag. So with a new fish line, you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go through the 8th bead here, then you pull it out. Then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, and then you cross with the third bead. You cross with the third bead using the other side of the fish line. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line, and then you pull it out, so one side will be longer than the other. And then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 2 beads fixed on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, then you weave on with the same method. So as you can see, you have the side nicely forming nap, and this is what you should get if you're on the right track. This is what you should be getting. So we are going to weave from here to this side as well, also leaving 7 at the top here. You leave 7 on this side as well, so you end at the 8th bead here, leaving the 7 on top as we did for the other side. Please note that. So when you get to the 8th bead, which is the last part on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, and then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out so you can turn, and then on this fish line you fix 3 beads, cross with the third bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, and then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, you go through the next bead, and then you weave on with the same method. So all we are doing here is to weave one more round. So we are going to weave from this side to this end as was where you begin the first round here, and I'm doing that off camera. And this is what you should get after you are done. So you should have 2 steps in all, or 2 rows in all. Okay, so with this fish line I'm leaving it out. It will be of use later, but before that I need to attach the handle here. So with your round handle, I'm going to attach it on this side. So on this side we have 7 here, we have 7 here as well. So you count to the 6th bead here, then you match it downwards to the other side, the 6th bead on the other side as well, as you can see. So where the joint is, that is where we are going to fix our handle. So on this bead here, with the new fish line, you go through this bead. So we are starting from the 5th side here, so you go through this bead. You can start from the 6th bead as well. Anyhow you want your handle to be, just attach it the right way, so you have it like this. And then you pick 3 beads, fix 1 on each fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead, then you pull it out. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out. So this is what you should have. Then you fix 1 bead on each fish line again, cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines, you pull it out. So this is the second part. Then you fix 1 bead on each fish line. This time you won't cross with another bead. You pick your handle and fix it like this. And then on this bead, this bead here, that is where you are going to cross with both fish lines. So the right fish line will come out from the left side and the left fish line will come out from the right side, as you can see me doing. And then you pull it out like this. So this is what you should have. You have your handles tagged in it, so you pass your excess fish lines through to secure this part of the work. And this is what you should get after you are done. You have your handle nicely fixed in it. And then I made the same thing offline, the same size, the same shape, and I attached the handle at the right side as well, as you can see. So we are going to join them together to form the full body of the bag. And this is where my fish line comes to use, and I'm going to use the same thing because it's long enough for me. So on this fish line, you fix one bead, and then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through this bead here, the first bead on the other side of the bag as well. You pull it out, so you have the beads in the middle. Then you pick one bead and cross with both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. And then you pick one bead again and cross with both sides of the fish line. You pull it out, make sure it's tight. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead as well. And then you pick one bead again, cross with both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then you go through the next bead with each fish lines, and then you weave on with the same method. So as you can see, you have the side nicely forming up or nicely joining up, and I'm going to join it to this end here. Join it to this end with the same method, and I'm doing that off camera. And this is what you should get after you are done. You have the side nicely joined up, and I already passed my fish lines through to make this work very neat, or to make my work very neat. So this is the end result of the bag. You can attach a magnetic lock or leave it this way, and we are done with this beautiful handmade beaded bag. And you can as well make this bag in any color of your choice to suit your outfit. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more and more of my tutorials, make sure to comment and share as well. Stay safe. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.